wear my heart out on my sleeve. Yeah. That's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again, and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another.
They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Indianapolis Colts. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me wasn't until I beat.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Here we go, dude. Here I come. He's coming.
This is the receiver turned running back, Cordero Patterson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Darius Leonard blew that play up.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. 30, the 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Ted Ginn, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Rivers is going to fake the give to Taylor and set up to throw it. He finds Taylor, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Doyle
And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
First down, Colts.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. Third down conversion here is big. And down to the 15. A huge play that time for the Colts. 46 yards on the ground. And runs like that with explosiveness. That's what this rookie can bring to the table.
And add to it speed, patience, vision. A rookie has all of that. That's usually a veteran's combo plate. I love this guy.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
A gain of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On second down, it's Taylor, and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be. Right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
He was brought down by...
No, Jonathan Taylor didn't get the yardage he wanted on that carry. But I think this is central casting for him to be with the Colts. A big, strong, physical offensive line that goes with his running style. Elite speed, elite power. I think he'll catch more passes out of the backfield in the NFL than he did at Wisconsin. And yards after contact, that's his forte. The only thing he's got to improve on, taking care of the football. Put it on the ground way too often at Wisconsin. If he learns to hang on to it, he could be one of the surprises in the NFL.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor, and he takes it in for a Colts score.
Touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
I'm coming after you. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
This is caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll run here with Taylor, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. And it's up and good.
Makes the score Colts 14, Bears 7. Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Cohen now to return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Patterson, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 33-yard line.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Colts 14. Bears 7.
Patterson on the draw play. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
3rd and 12.
The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12.
Check, nickel, nickel, nickel. Check, check, lucky, lucky, lucky.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Pat O'Donnell.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so.
And that's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Harris Campbell, 77 yards. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
He'll throw from the gun.
And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, but it'll be 2nd down.
It's almost human nature, isn't it? They score on one play, you come out on offense, you try and do exactly the same thing. They tried the deep ball, couldn't quite connect, but give them an A for effort.
2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Here we go, D. He's crossing. He's checking crap. Shift.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Corey Willis.
And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
By the Colts.
And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a 1st down.
A gain of 18 on the
right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Marlon Mack, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Carried by the running back.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it, try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a 1st.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
The 37-yard line.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. He gets it complete to Harris.
And he's got a 1st down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning.
Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st down, Trubisky. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Robinson. Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The Colts going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Trubisky to throw. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Play action. It's Trubisky. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Complete to Hilton. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big play there just before halftime. 54 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
First pass intended for Marlon Mack. Incomplete.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown.
T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y. Hilton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35. Bears 7.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Rivers going to give this one to Taylor. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Deshaun Gibson there on the tackle.
Deshaun Gibson brought it.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
22 yards there, a 1st down. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle by Robert Quinn.
I think what we just saw their partner was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the Bears,
they go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Touchdown.
A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Colts have got it on cruise control. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead.
Tariq Cohen on the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Once more, they turn to Patterson. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 3rd down, Patterson, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Trubisky and the troops staying out there. They will go for it. They'll indeed go for it with Trubisky. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
Again, it's Taylor. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Rivers to Hilton there, 1st down Indy.
And a Colts.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
By Khalil Mack. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 16-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And this offense continues to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
Yeah, they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter.
At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and...
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Colts are going to take over with a football.
The play is a turnover on downs.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They run once more with Taylor. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Yeah, can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.